New COVID-19 variant in UK found in Nigeria. Authorities in Nigeria have reopened 4 of the nation's land border crossings. Federal government has extended the deadline for SIM card registration. Hello and welcome to Pinnacle TV News. I am Victoria Omorugbe. The new variant of the coronavirus currently causing panic and concern in the United Kingdom and the European Union has been identified in Nigeria by scientists at the African Center of Excellence for Genomics and Infectious Disease at the Redeemers University in Ede, Osun State. Detected in the UK in September has triggered the current exponential spike in the number of COVID-19 cases in the larger parts of the United Kingdom, leading to a travel ban on the UK by some countries. Now, scientists at the African Center of Excellence for Genomics and Infectious Disease at Ede in southwest Nigeria said on Monday through a publication that they found the same variant lineage B117 in Nigeria since the 3rd of August when the first sample was collected. Another sample collected in October correspondingly showed the presence of this new variant. From the Nigeria Center for Disease Control (NCDC), the Director General Chikwe Ihekwazu, in a tweet on Sunday said, "While we study data in Nigeria and await additional guidance from the WHO on new strains causing COVID-19, travelers must implement travel protocols." Authorities in Nigeria have reopened 4 of the nation's land border crossings as of December 16. The crossing points in question are the Seme crossing with Benin, the Magatari-Ilela crossing with Niger, the Nfom crossing with Cameroon. Nigeria's remaining crossing points are slated to reopen on December 31st. The government had closed the country land border in August 19 due to concerns over smuggling. Traders in Nigeria claim that the effect of the border reopening is yet to reflect on the prices of goods in the market. The report is presented from our studio. Today we are at the vegetable market and we'll be looking at how the Yuletide season has affected the prices of products. You know, recently it was announced that the borders has been opened, and marketers, traders and buyers alike has been expectant that the prices of some items like rice and other things will reduce. But is this the case? Today we'll be talking at some traders here at the vegetable market and they're able to tell us how the Yuletide and the border opening has affected the prices of goods in the markets.
The border has been opened. It's not affecting the market prices. Things are still going up. Let's hope maybe by next year, or they are still trying to settle down, if things will come down. We would really appreciate if things will go down, because customers, you can see we have things to sell. People are not coming to buy. Even if they come, they will say the price is high, they will go back. We are pleading government to try to open the border properly, not opening of border for mouth, the real one. Somebody I called in Lagos this morning, I told the person, they have open border. He said they open border, but things are not coming down. Please, we appreciate if the things will go down. That is the reason why the border should be opened.
Now, we see they buy, now so they buy, even all this provision, their things still they up. This period itself, our goods so they buy, they never come down at all. It's still high, now high. The rice when me buy down, now the price they say reduce, but a little difference. To me, as we take the buy, a little difference of about 2,000. Now reduce for bag of rice price.
Look at chicken, turkey, 25,000 naira a carton. Is it hard they want to open the border? Carton of chicken before 15,000, 14,000. I mean turkey. Now it's 25,000. We never know whether they don't open it. Granite oil, that one now no mass land. So everything rice still they up. Me myself now a bag of rice at 5,000. Whether they want maybe after December or inside it, people see they suffer. People see they suffer. You hear me so? See carrot now we're supposed to be 300 naira. Now carrot is 500, 700. Bag of onions, that one they know they put hand inside for onions. So I don't know, but everything from something from border, something from this our own town. All of them are high. So we don't know where we will go start, say cheap. We don't know where we will start, say this one cheap. Oh. Apart from salt, even the salt self now mileage. Our garden, different thing.
I don't know what is happening. God will help us. Even the price of Nigeria rice now is 2.8. It's too costly. The foreign rice is 30,000. It's still costly. We are not told that we used to buy 16,000. It's now 17,000. Very costly. The 5 liter.
From our observation so far, it is clear that the opening of the border has not affected the prices of goods in the market. Goods like rice, tomatoes, groundnut oil are still on the high side. We shall be going over to the section where fairly used materials are sold. You know, in this Yuletide season is a season whereby some persons go for a fairly used clothes for their children and their loved ones. Let's see if the border opening has affected the prices of fairly used materials.
I don't know where we are heading to. There's no amount that you will come to market with that you will use to buy anything. We can't afford anything. We are dying in hunger. So we are praying that our government should try and do things possible for us.
As for me, I did not see anything. They are just saying the border is open and things are, but I'm not seeing it. It's not reflecting. Everything is cost. If you bring money to the market now, you cannot buy anything. There's nothing you can buy. Even the food stuff, the clothes, nothing is cheap. There's nothing you can. There's no amount of money you bring to the market that you can buy a tangible something to take home. So I don't see anything about the border that they are saying. I'm only hearing it, but I've not seen it. It's not reflecting.
As for me, what I say now, like, because now things business now be now.
Things way business now, expensive business cheap.
A dear, not be say cheap. I was saying that cheap. We could talk of a dear one. Everything increases more every day by then.
Per se they say they don't open now, still yet. Every day the thing they increase more and more. If you go here, they say now this price. Maybe when you come out, you come back, they don't increase them again. So the things does they go down at all.
It's no reflection of border reopening as to socio-economic activities. Try to explain to them, but many of them understand that there has not been any improvement at all.
Which border open? Border open, things come the high like that. Border never open, never see and say border don't open. Eh? Border never open. If you open, we go no. If you open now, that's go come. Everything go to come. Shoes go to enter. You know, see them. Shoes go they buy 2,000. Now 3,000. I want to say more sell border never open. Never tell us the truth.
Respondents are of the view that the reopening of the border it's not just the major bone of contention, but the price of the naira to other foreign currencies. I'm Victoria Omorogbe. The federal government has extended the deadline issued to telecommunication companies to block SIM cards that are not synchronized with the national identification number. The Nigeria Communication Commission (NCC) had last week given telecommunications operators in the country 2 weeks to block SIM cards that are not registered with the national identity numbers. The order led to uncontrollable crowd at the NIMS offices nationwide amidst the second wave of the COVID-19. The National Task Force on National Identification Number and SIM registrations met on the 21st of December 2020. The meeting was chaired by the Honorable Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, Isa Ali Pantami, with major stakeholders in the sector, including Chairman of NCC, EVC-NCC, DG-NITDA, DG-NIMC, ECTS, ECS, NCC, Chairman of Altom, CEO of MTN, Airtel, Entel, Glow Smile, and 9 Mobile in attendance. Based on the endorsement of the federal government of Nigeria, the following resolutions were made. 3 weeks extension for subscribers with NIN from 30th of December 2020 to 19th of January 2021, and 6 weeks extension for subscribers without NIN from 30th of December to 9th of January. NIMC has provided strategies to enable citizens attend the registration in full compliance with the COVID-19 protocols, particularly the use of face masks, which remains mandatory, and maintenance of social distancing. It could be recalled that the Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja has dismissed an application filed by the Edo State Governor, Godwin Obaseki, seeking a stay of proceeding in the certificate forgery case instituted against him. As an update to this, Pinnacle TV News spoke to some legal practitioners who gave us some insights on the court ruling.
Concerning the case of the All Progressives Congress and another, and Godwin Ogegesai Obaseki and another, which is pending before the Federal High Court in Abuja for Justice A.R. Mohammed. The Federal High Court in Abuja had adjourned the matter sin and die, being that the court that happened last week, being that the Court of Appeal had fixed the next day for the hearing of a motion for stay of execution filed by counsel to Godwin Obaseki. So when the matter came up at the Court of Appeal Abuja that same last week, as on Thursday, the Court of Appeal ruled that you cannot grant a stay of execution in a pre-election matter, the matter being one that has a lifespan of 180 days, which would expire around 11th of January 2020. So the court now directed that counsel in the matter to all the parties should revert back to the Federal High Court in Abuja immediately for the matter to be determined expeditiously. So that was what occasioned the order of the Court of Appeal. And in Benin, we have an election matter which has been adjourned by the Edo State Governorship Elections Tribunal till the 11th, 12th, and 13th of January 2020 for hearing. In those matters, there are 4 petitions. You have the one of the Action Democratic Party, which is tagged EPT/ED/GOV/01. That is the first petition filed at the election petition in Edo State. That one is coming up on the 13th of January 2020. You have 2 petitions coming up on the 11th and one on the 12th. You reckon that there were 5 petitions filed. The one filed by AA political party was dismissed because they did not keep up with the pre-action protocol as required by law. So it was dismissed. So there are 4 petitions pending before the Edo State Governorship Elections petitions, which will be coming up respectively on the 11th, 12th, and 13th of January 2021. Sorry. And the cases borders mostly on issues of alleged certificate forgery, and the cases the court have said that they want to hear the matters having passed the pre-hearing session and issued the pre-hearing report.
1 or 2 cases were struck out for lack of diligence, whatever, and then 1 or 2 were pending, and as soon as we finished the congresses and as soon as the governor joined us, there were resolutions, and all the parties agreed to withdraw their cases from court. Even those that had gone on appeal, they agreed to withdraw their cases. PDP has become one family, as it were, with the governor's team that came in, or the governor's group, and it was no longer conscionable to have anybody, in litigation against the party.
And with those reports, we come to the end of the news bulletin today. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on the notification bell so that you'll be the first to know when we upload fresh episodes. And don't forget to leave us a comment at the comment section so that we'll know how to serve you better. Do have a lovely Christmas celebration. Thanks for joining us.